the return of a Canadian institution. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is back. Tell a friend. Sold out crowd shaking.
Hey, ladies. And yeah, that includes the pals of the podcast, the Re-Kardashians. Forget roses, overpriced prefix menus, and heart-shaped everything. Today, February 13, is for the real ones. It's Galentine's Day, all about celebrating the incredible women in your life. Your ride or dies, your hype squad, the ones who tell you when your haircut is a mistake, but also threaten anyone who breaks your heart. The holiday was originally a fictional invention by Amy Poehler's character Leslie Knope from Parks and Recreation. But like brunch and crop tops, women took it and made it a global phenomenon. And honestly, they deserve it. So whether you're brunching, swapping friendship bracelets, or just sending a "you're the best" text to the woman who gets you through life, cheers to sisterhood. And cheers to my ex-sister-in-law, Anita, who is celebrating her birthday today. Hope you feel better soon. While my fellow Canadians had plenty to cheer about last night, the hockey tournament known as the Four Nations Face-Off began in chaotic, beautiful fashion as Canada edged Sweden 4-3 in overtime last night in Montreal. Captain Canada, and at 37, the team's elder statesman, Sidney Crosby was out there passing like it was 2010, racking up 3 assists because Father Time clearly forgot to send him a memo. And Maple Leafs rep Mitch Marner repped the Maple Leaf in style, netting the overtime winner. And boy, that overtime was electrifying. 3-on-3? Yeah, that's for me. But don't let that final score fool you. Sweden clawed back from 2-goal deficits not once, but twice, forcing the Great White North to dig deeper than they probably expected. Hey, if game 1 was this electric, we are in for a tournament full of white-knuckle, edge-of-your-seat insanity. The other 2 teams in the round-robin tourney, USA and Finland, square off tonight. Now, while Canada was busy racking up goals, someone else was dropping some serious numbers, but this time for an entirely different cause. Now, most guys celebrate a new team by posting on Instagram or buying a ridiculous chain. Not Luka Doncic. The former Dallas Maverick turned Laker just donated $500,000 to help Los Angeles recover from wildfires. That's $500,000, or as some call it in LA, first month's rent. Luka, my guy, welcome to the City of Angels, where traffic is eternal, brunch is a competitive sport, and parking signs require a PhD to decipher. But hey, you've already made a massive impact before even playing his first game. And by the way, speaking of what he's been doing on the court, first game, lots of chemistry with LeBron James. Next game, both of them couldn't crack 20. And when it comes to impact, few names in music history have done it bigger than the icons who just got nominated for the ultimate Hall Pass. Yeah, every year the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame reminds us how fast time flies and just how eclectic music history truly is. This year's nominees, a wild mix of legends, rebels, and hitmakers. Making their first appearance on the ballot, Bad Company, the original rock outlaws, the Black Crowes, Southern rock's coolest 90s revivalists, Chubby Checker, yeah, the guy who made the world twist and shout, Joe Cocker, a voice that could make steel beams weep, Billy Idol, a sneer so iconic it deserves its own exhibit, Mana, Latin rock's undisputed global ambassadors, Outkast, hip-hop's most innovative, boundary-smashing duo, and yeah, the South's got something to say. How about Fish, the jam band lifers who have turned every show into an event. And returning for another shot at Hall of Fame immortality, Mariah Carey, the 5-octave force of nature. Post-punk legends with a mood for every occasion, Joy Division / New Order. Cyndi Lauper, who proved that girls and music lovers just want to have fun. And today is a day to announce that Oasis, Britpop's most anthemic, dysfunctional, and eternally bickering brothers, well, they're back on the ballot. The White Stripes, garage rock's most efficient wrecking crew, and the grunge icons who brought poetry to distortion, known as Soundgarden. Whatever happens, one thing's for sure, the class is stacked. Of course, while these musicians are being immortalized, there's another guy making sure kids can actually experience music by touching it. Yeah, some people read books. Len Webb makes them come to life. Literally. At 88, this UK sculptor is changing the game for blind and visually impaired kids by transforming classic children's books into raised, touchable illustrations through an organization called Living Paintings. It's a mix of art, technology, and a whole lot of heart. And the best part, these books are completely free. Webb may not be a Hall of Famer, but he is leaving a legacy that deserves a standing ovation. And if you think a book can change a kid's life, imagine what something as simple as a teddy bear can do. When New York City teacher Karen Fieldman noticed a spike in hate speech at her school, she didn't just punish students, she gave them teddy bears. Her program, Leading with Kindness, takes kids in detention and puts them to work decorating teddy bears and writing messages of encouragement for hospitalized children. Fast forward a bit, it worked. The kindness spread beyond detention, beyond middle school, even into high school. Sometimes the solution to a problem isn't more discipline, it's more empathy. And just like these kids turn something negative into positive, scientists are doing the same, except with potholes. Now, we all know the joy of hitting a pothole at full speed, that split second of terror before you decide whether your suspension is still intact. Well, science is here to say, enough of that nonsense. Researchers in the UK have developed self-healing asphalt that uses plant spores and recycled oils to automatically repair cracks as cars drive over them. The result? Roads that heal small fractures in an hour, streets that last 30% longer, and fewer tire-destroying potholes. You know, I have a buddy who's a road worker, and man, he was accused of stealing from his job. I refused to believe it, but when I went to his home, all the signs were there. Today's motivation comes from ballet icon Misty Copeland, who didn't just break barriers, she shattered them. She started late, faced rejection, and often felt like she didn't belong. But as she says, you can start late, look different, be uncertain, and still succeed. A message for every dreamer out there. In the immortal words of Andre, just keep going. Well, that is a wrap on this edition of the Maurologue. Thank you for listening. Now, go and hold the door open for someone and keep fighting the good fight.